So today I'm going to mess around with the soft top some more. I had a problem with this passenger side lock that was giving me a red light, and the back end wouldn't close. This is an old video from, I don't know, several months ago, maybe beginning of the summer. But there's always something this car's always had kind of an issue with the top when it goes to fold down here. It goes down, it bounces, and then it moves forward. And this whole mechanism, I'm looking at it, trying to analyze it, and the whole mechanism moves forward like that. And I have to use the red button down there and pull back on it just a little bit, and then the top goes back and then latches. A little help from the hand sometimes. So I can't find much information. I posted on a forum and nobody's really answering me. How is there an adjustment for that? I don't know. Maybe I just don't have those front pins right, but check this out. Okay, so it goes to close. Now watch right up here. See how it goes forward a little bit? Then I'm playing with the top. Now let's try this one more time. Hold on now. Let me slow down the speed. Let's go down to maybe about 25. Okay, let's see. It's pretty slow. Goes forward just a little bit. And then I noticed that this whole part here moves forward too. And so this whole part here, I believe, is the reason that the top is moving too far forward. So I don't know if there's any adjustments on this part right here, and that's what I'm going to try to figure out. You know, also, you know, I mean, I adjusted the pins on this thing per the instructions, and that's worked a little bit better, but still there's an issue there. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the hard top right here, and I'm going to bring it down, get it out of the way, and I'm going to measure the distance between these two and the distance between the front of this top. See what it's at, because when that top goes on, you just lay it on there and boom, locks down. With the soft top, it goes up like that, it goes down, and then bounces and moves forward a little bit, and then I got to make it go back a little bit so it drops down. Okay, so I did kind of a compilation of the soft tops closing on 3 different SLs from Bring a Trailer site where they show the top operation. Now watch this. So it's pretty normal for these to go forward. See it go forward? No, watch this one. Goes forward. That one bounces and goes forward. So my conclusion is it's normal for it to do that. So I'm gonna put the hard top on this thing. It's just something I built. I've been using it for 8 years. It works every year. So it's a furniture dolly from Home Depot. Some scrap wood, maybe 2x4s. Put some little braces down there. Lots of screws everywhere. And it's got a little, you know, just a piece of wood right here. And same with right here, like that. Got big long wood screws going through the whole thing. I just bring the top down, turn it on its side, pick it up and put it on this thing, and I just wheel it back into this room. And it works pretty good for storage. Just I don't like having it up there. My son doesn't like it. Don't know why. Let's let it down. There. That's it. At least that way I can work on the soft top when it's work on it in here. Always hit my head on this stuff. Yeah, coil it later. Just bring that back up. Right there like that. Undo the fitzy straps. Put it on the old baby blanket. Got it down. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, then I just pick up this monster. There's handles on the inside once you raise it up. Then you got two handles on each side, and I can just walk this thing right over it. So much fun. Let's see, I think I'll go this way. Yeah. So I'll just pick it up, put it on there. This part goes along here, and I'll put it in there. Pushes up against the wall, and this thing supports it. I mean, most of the weight is all at the bottom here, so it doesn't really tip over. All right, there it is. Just sits right there. Nice and protected. I'll put a cover over it. A little plastic visqueen. That's a pretty easy way to store it. You know, pain in the butt. You got to do it like this, but this thing is a freaking monolith. Yeah, I'm looking at these alignment marks on the hard top. You can see it's right here, right there, perfect. Right here, the center part. Same with this one. This one's up a little bit, right on this one. Just curious to see how much slop this thing has when it's up in this position. I don't see any. It feels real strong. Jeez. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, everything all works. Even It even fell down the right the right way without me having to help. It's so weird. It's gonna one unlocks, then the other one unlocks. See, now it doesn't. So it goes sideways. Has a mind of its own. This thing's kind of loose. What is that? Oh, that's just this. Oh, it's this whole part here. You gotta get a rag for this thing. Put a rag under it, because if you shut the engine off, it'll just fall down. So I'm still having issues with this front part of the soft top. See if I can. They all seem to get little bumps and things, but it's the original. So one of the guys on Ben's World sent me some diagrams to follow. So the just gap at windshield. So you should have a 5 to 6 millimeter between right here. So here's the glass. Here's the trim at the top. Here's the rubber seal. And this is a soft top. So between right here, you should have between 5 and 6 millimeter over the entire width with a special tool. Oh wow. Wonder what tool that is. Could it be something like this? So yeah, I've been measuring and messing around. So this right here, I imagine, is the seal, right? It's soft. So between this, here, and here, should have between 5 and 6, right? So I'm gonna measure it. Well, so it's around 9. I hope I'm doing this right. It's about 9. This millimeter, yeah. So that one's about 9.2. It's not 5 or 6. So this one is a little tighter, I think. This one's about 7. Okay, so I need to loosen those pins again. Pin here and a pin over there. And I guess since this is 9, I want it to go forward a little bit. So I have to move the bracket back a little bit so when it closes. Hopefully, I think that's the right way to do it. Anyways, I'm gonna try it out. I love the wording on some of these, instructions. I guess they were originally in German and then they're translated, and sometimes they just don't they don't translate right in English. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So there's the pins there. And you can see I did mark it over the years of doing adjustments to these stupid things. So I'm going to try to go back on this just a little bit. If I can ever find my, there's my tool. Sometimes this top will come down, crashing down either way. Just got to keep an eye on it. Poor car. So you get yourself a T30, and then you've got a that's kind of loose. You know, they say to loosen these up, then drop it down manually and get the pins to align. And I'm going to try to do that, I guess. It's just when you lift it back up, the pins move again, and when you go to tighten these things, the whole thing moves. So, and first I think I'm going to try it. See how the whole thing wants to move around, and then you got those guiding marks there. Anyways, I'm gonna do it two-handed. Okay, so I adjusted them back a little bit. This is a manual. Really hard to see under here, you know. I mean the pins. Oh God, it's so frustrating. There's the pin. I mean, it's in the receptacle, right? And then if you move it forward, that's what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to try to lock it down. You know, I should probably double check the tightness on these things. Yeah, double check it. They get kind of loose sometimes. Okay, so kind of hard, you know. I mean, these. So I got it. It's at about 6 millimeters. Kind of definitely hard to measure. If I can use these things, I don't think so. So that's like about a 5. That's about a 5.80, which is pretty good. Then we got it about a 5.82. Got about pretty close to 6. This one's at about a 6.91. Kind of hard to measure because this thing is soft and it moves around, but you know, that's about the best I can get it because the bracket on this side is all the way back. It won't go any further. It's pretty much with the same the other one, so it does close. When I first started operating the system, top went down, and then the back wouldn't go down. So I unloosened both the locks through these little recessed holes up here with the special wrench, and opened it and closed it, and then it decided to start working again, and then the whole thing started working. So, you know, I mean, all the cylinders have been replaced. I replaced all those cylinders 8 years ago. It's been pretty trouble-free. It's always had an issue with the front locks, and a lot of these cars do, so don't feel bad if yours isn't perfect. I'm sure when they were brand new, but you can see these screws. When I first got the car, I was like pulling down on this thing, and this thing just broke. Mercedes plastic, you know. So I'll try to look at this seal around here. Now there's this thing here. There's like one of those push fasteners here. I don't know if there's one here. I know there's another one over here. They were both loose. This one I was able to push back in and get that gasket to go back in. That's on the other side. I guess it's the gasket that we see on the other side. But this push fastener on this side, I push it in and it won't stay in there. It's not broken or anything, but I guess it's like me, it's old. So, you know, I'll just try using it like this. At least I know what to do if I get into a parking lot and the thing starts acting up. I know to mess with these, either one of these, and get it to work. I'll try right now. Both of those unlocked. Let's go down. Windows going up. And switch light is off. See, that switch light was staying on, so a lot of these problems are part of that. So I decided to check the limit switch here, see if it's sending a signal, because my top it's closing, but then the back end just stays right here, won't go down. So there's something, the controller is not receiving a signal from a limit switch, or, you know, part of the electrical system for this soft top. So what I got here, put it on continuity check, and then so the limit switch is down right under this little tab. So there's a little tiny switch with a boot on it. It's up and down. And when the system is operating, I've got the wrench right here to be able to operate it manually. The top comes down. Something triggers in here. I don't know if I think this part moves. But anyways, that's what makes the contact. So let's see if I can get this thing to turn. So you can see it turning. It's locking it down. It's locking it down. Boom! Limit switch is activated right under there. See? It's opening. It's opening. It's open. So it's working. One thing I did notice is that this connection, God, electrical connector broke, and these pins supposed to be in this. The pins were loose in here, so I don't know if they were just pulling out and losing contact. I don't know. This might not be the problem with the roof, but it could be one of them. Maybe I should try to glue this back together. Driver's side. So it's making a signal. So the signal is coming from this. All right, gets hooked up right there. Gets hooked up right there. Then it goes, both of them go through. Together they join and they disappear, I believe, into the mirror assembly. And that is one fragile piece of plastic, sticky plastic. So they're both good. I always wondered what happened here. The only thing I can think of is that this pin, it goes up, it goes bang. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. And then you gotta just hook this back together, and there's a little push thing here. Goes into a hole. So they're both giving a signal. I remember when I first got this car and I put in all the new rebuilt cylinders and all that stuff, or even before that, I was trying to figure out why the top didn't operate at all. And I had found in this door, there's a limit switch on both of these at the very bottom. Like, oh, I think you can. Yeah, you got to take the door. You got to take the door panel off. But this right here, I believe, is the plastic bracket for the limit switch at the bottom. So what happens is when the window goes all the way down, here, there's a part of it at the bottom that triggers that limit switch, tells the controller the window's down, both windows are down, it's okay to proceed with the top. So this one was broken in half, and this door was the original problem when I first got the car, and the top didn't work at all. And I think I glued it back together with epoxy. It could be a problem right now. I don't know. I really don't feel like taking this door off, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Okay. So, still having issues. Now the top won't even come out of the compartment to close. So I did read codes, and I got code 20, hard top installed, no faults. So the system thinks the hard top is installed. I have to go back 8 years when I had Klaus of Top Hydraulics helping me out, and I did have a code 20 there at that time too. It was like 8 years ago. So I'm going to review that and see what I did to fix that. So the car thinks the hard top's on it. It's not. Now, you know what? I can try just clearing the codes. Let's see if I can clear it. Let's see if it comes back. I tell you, man, these cars will. Oh, let's see. So I'm gonna try to read all the codes. Okay. Ignition on. The top is lit. Okay. I'm gonna go here to number 10 with my paper clip. 10, 1. I'll let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Press it again. Let's see, 1. My eyes are getting bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now we're going to try to clear that code, see if it comes back. Let me go, but God, my eyes, I can't see. There's 10, there's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's see if that code came back. It's gonna think that the damn thing is still on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I can't clear that code right now. Okay. Ignition off. So that code will not clear. I'm going to have to do some research and see what's going on. So what I'm going to try to do is manually open the top and lock it down at all 4 corners and see if the system comes back to life. To open this thing, there's, well, where is it? God, I forget. Anyways, there's with that wrench, it's right in here somewhere. Put the wrench in and you turn it and it releases a latch on this side and that side over there. So that worked when I took the top and manually put it up. Locked the front with that wrench. I heard it click. Locked the back on both sides. From the trunk, there's a place where you can stick that wrench in there and pull down, and it pulls the back down. Click, click. And I went in there and read the code. Code was still there, code 20. I cleared it, it did not come back. Then I went in the car, started it up, put the top down, put the top back up. It all worked perfectly. There was no light on the top switch in there. So things just happen with these cars. I don't know if it's the heat or whatever that affects, you know, some of these systems, but maybe things always go wrong when it gets hot. As far as the top coming down, it comes down pretty good now, still has the bounce, but I think it's normal. You know, the thing just, I mean, it's heavy and it just gets to this point and it just drops, it just goes, whoa, you know, and then when those pins hit, those pins are supposed to hit that latch, and then there's a lot of these cars, you'll see it and they'll bounce a little bit. Anyway, so I'm done. It works, fingers crossed for now. I took it out for a spin, came back, opened, closed it several times. Worked fine. Good luck.